Okay, let's talk about that one word most of us absolutely dread, budgeting. But what if I told you that you could get a real working financial plan put together in about the time it takes to watch an episode of your favorite show? Stick around, because that's exactly what we're going to do. We're about to build your very first financial blueprint, and it's only going to take an hour.
Yeah, I'm guessing for a lot of you, just seeing that word on the screen, it makes your stomach do a little flip. You are definitely not alone. The word budget just screams restriction, right? It feels like stress, confusing spreadsheets, and basically a financial diet. And let's be honest, nobody wants to be on one of those.
But we are going to completely flip that script today. I want you to stop thinking of yourself as a penny pincher and start thinking of yourself as an architect. And this budget, it's not a cage. No way. It's the actual blueprint for the life you really want to build. And the best part? We're going to pour the foundation for that future in one single focused hour.
So here's our game plan for the next hour. We're going to kick things off with the challenge itself, then we'll gather our tools. After that, we'll figure out all the money coming in, trace where it's all going out, and then the really cool part, drafting your blueprint. See, just 5 simple steps to go from feeling anxious to being in control.
All right, let's get into the challenge itself. The whole secret to making this work, and not feeling completely overwhelmed, is breaking this hour down into tiny, manageable pieces. Seriously, you are going to be shocked at what you can get done in just 60 minutes when you've got a clear path forward.
So here's how our hour is going to break down. The first 10 minutes, that's just for grabbing a few documents. Super easy. Then we'll take 15 minutes to map out your income. Now we will spend the biggest chunk of time, about 25 minutes, tracing your expenses. And those last 10 minutes, that's when the magic happens, when we put it all together. See? Totally manageable.
Okay, first things first. Just like any good architect, you need your materials before you can even think about drawing up the plans. For us, our materials are just a few key financial documents.
So for the next 10 minutes, that's it, just 10. Your only job is to round up your bank and credit card statements from the last 30 days. Go ahead and grab your most recent pay stubs and any big regular bills you have. Oh, and yeah, grabbing a cup of coffee or tea is, well, it's pretty much required. Let's make this a calm, focused session. All right, with all our materials in front of us, it's time for step 2, understanding your inflow. I mean, we can't really build anything if we don't know what resources we have to work with, right?
Inflow sounds kind of technical, but it's super simple. It's just all the money that comes into your accounts over the course of a month. That's it. Think of it as your total resource pool. This number is the starting line for every single financial decision you make.
So take a look at your pay stubs and find your take-home pay. That's the number after taxes. Then add in any cash you made from a side hustle, a freelance gig, or any other money that regularly shows up in your account. The goal here is simple. Get one single number that represents your total monthly inflow.
Okay, now for the other side of the coin, your outflow. This is the part where a lot of us can get a little nervous, but listen, this is a judgment-free zone. We're not here to feel guilty, we're just putting on our detective hats and gathering some clues about where our money goes.
You know, at its heart, a budget is really just this simple balance. You've got your inflow on one side, your total resources for the month, and on the other you have your outflow, where all those resources actually went. Our goal is to just understand this balance, to see the story it's telling.
So how are we going to do this? Well, for the next 25 minutes, all you're going to do is scan those statements from the past month. I want you to list out every single transaction, from your rent payment all the way down to that $5 coffee. Then you'll start grouping them into simple categories like groceries, gas, or entertainment.
And now, we've made it to the final and honestly the most satisfying step of all. We've gathered our materials, we know our resources, we've traced where they've gone. It is time to actually draft the blueprint. This is the fun part.
Now, as you look at your spending, a really helpful trick is to split everything into 2 buckets. You've got your fixed expenses. These are the ones that are pretty much the same every month, like your rent or your car payment. Then you have your variable expenses, which, well, they vary. Think groceries, gas, or going out. Understanding this difference is so key to seeing where you have the most control. Now, once you have your categories, you can start to see how your spending actually breaks down. You've probably heard of frameworks like the 50-30-20 rule. 50% of your income on needs, 30% on wants, and 20% on savings. But listen, your first blueprint probably won't look anything like this, and that is 100% okay. This is just a guide. The only goal today is to see your own numbers clearly, maybe for the very first time.
I really want you to remember this. The whole point of this hour, this whole exercise, is not to make you feel bad about how you spend. Not at all. It's to give you the information, the architectural plans that you need to start building towards your financial goals, whatever they are.
And you did it!
In just 1 hour, you've gone from maybe feeling uncertain and anxious to having real clarity. You have your first financial blueprint right there in front of you. This is the foundation. And now you get to decide, what are you going to build on top of it? A vacation? Financial freedom? A new home? The plan and the power is finally in your hands.